Hi everyone. I am Teacher Kim, and welcome to Sec 4 Math with me on Saturdays at 2 p.m. So I know usually Teacher Jason takes this class, but he's away on reservist and will be away for the next 3 weeks. So I am here today to help him cover this lesson, but I believe for the next 2 weeks there will be other teachers so that you get a little bit of a variety, in teaching styles and and all that. Okay, so if all's good, then let's begin. Okay, so general rules as usual. Oops, why? Wait, so sorry, just give me a second. Oh no. What happened? Wait, so sorry, this is all for entertainment. Yeah, just give me a second here. I hope you guys are entertained by the amazing technical, I don't know what happened. Okay, and we're back. And yes, general rules as usual. For a minute, the rules disappeared. Please remember to be patient and understanding. Always remember to observe gracious and respectful behavior. And of course, don't be afraid to ask any good and relevant questions. Okay, if you face any technical difficulties during the course of this lesson, please approach Shamsa, our kind moderator. Okay, and for all other lesson-related queries, just feel free to send them in the chat. Okay, and I'll be here to help you answer your questions and things like that. You can always send in your questions any point during the lesson, or better, I feel it's better if you save it till the end of the class. Okay, so just always take note of the header over here of the slide so that I know which page you are referring to. Okay, so this is the welcome back page, and then there's a worked example page, bubble question page. Okay, so just let me know which page it is, and I'll be so that we can go back to that correct slide. Okay, so if you want a screenshot or you want me to go through a certain question a little bit more in depth, okay, if I haven't finished it, then feel free to just send in your question. Otherwise, if I have already moved on, then probably just save your question for the end of the class. Okay, so today will be a long lesson. We have a lot to cover. Okay, so this will be we will be going through the mock paper part 3 that I created for you guys. I hope it was okay that you guys managed to try it. So on Thursday, I did share a little bit of feedback about some of the papers that I saw. Okay, because on Thursday I took some time with the Genie Ask teachers to look through the submissions that you guys did, and I did give you guys some feedback. So if you were one of those that did the paper, do go and watch that recorded, maybe just the first few minutes where I talk about each person, like what are the specific things, like what are the specific feedbacks for you. Okay. Yes. So today we will be going through all part 3 of the paper, which covers topics ranging from Sec 1 all the way through 3. Okay? Yes. So let's start with mock paper question 1. Right? This is a Sec 1 topic, percentages. So looking at this, a 5-room executive HDB apartment in Toa Payoh is valued at 1.347500 million this year, 20% higher than its value in 2022. So what was the valuation of the home in 2022? Give your answer correct to the nearest 100. So first off, we know that this is the value this year, and this year is 2023, right? I hope you guys know that. So in 2023, this is the price. Okay, and this price is 20% higher than what it was in 2022. So how many percent is this price here? Hi Pranav. How many percent is this price? It's 109%. Yes, very good Pranav. It's 120%. Very good. Okay. So this is 120%. That means that the price in 2022 is always 100%. Okay, so Denise asked a very good question, very common question that I get asked every year. So why can't we make 2023 price 100% and then 2022 price 80%? Because from Sec 1, you learned that your original percentage is you always begin with an original percentage of 100, right? So in this question, it phrases that 2022 is the original price. Do you see? So we always have to identify what is the original that the question is phrasing, and that has to be 100%. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so what was the valuation of the home in 2022? So then this is just your percentage. Okay, if you want to find the 2022 percentage, then you put the 2022 percentage on top, then the other one below. Okay, and this is 1347 500. This is a one-step question for 1 mark. Should be pretty okay, I hope. But from the feedback I got, a lot of you rounded off incorrectly. Okay, so from here, when you calculate, you should get 1122916.667. Okay, and then a lot of you were like, okay, let's just round off to the nearest 1,000, because that's usually what the question wants, without reading what the question actually states. And it says correct to the nearest 100. So nearest 100 means I draw the invisible line here and I look at my number 1. Okay, so 1 is smaller than 5, so I don't need to add anything. So when I round it off, okay, you should get 1,122,900. Okay, and remember to put bracket nearest 100. Okay, always state the degree of accuracy to which you rounded off. Clear? Any questions here? I hope not. This is a pretty straightforward question. Okay? So now, mock paper 3. This one, very interesting. Okay, so Kylie reared guppies in a fish farm from 2020 to 2023. So the estimated population of guppies increased from 1,200 to 1,350 during this period. And the population of guppies increased by the same X% every year. Okay, so what Sec 1 topic is being tested here? You guys have 30 seconds to think about this. Your time starts now. Okay, so we know that in 2020 to 2023, the guppies increased. So maybe I put the year. This is 2020. And 2021, 2020, 2022, and 2023. Okay, then over here we have 1350 guppies. And every year they increased by X%. So what kind of question is this? Is this a percentage question, a reverse percentage question, simple interest, or compound interest? Okay, time's up. Okay, it seems like it's split down the middle. Okay, so a lot of you are telling me this is a percentage question. Why would this be a percentage question? How would percentages help you find the value of X? How would you do that? I want you guys to think through why. Why did you choose percentage? Is it because you just saw the percentage sign? Oh, okay, yeah. So Denise actually says something very good. Okay, so she says, so we know that this is 100%. So then we will do 100 plus X over 100 times 1,200 here. Then we do 100 plus X plus 2X, right? over 100 plus x times whatever this value was over here. And then you will do that again to get 1350, and then you work backwards to solve for x. But when you look at what you're doing, when you simplify it, what formula do you actually get? What formula do you actually get if you keep doing that? If you take a percentage of your old value and then you take the same percentage of your old value, think about that. What are you essentially doing? It's like if I borrow, let me put it in money terms. If I borrow $1,200 and then every year I get charged the same 10%, and then the next year I get charged 10%, but it's not 10% of my original amount, right? It's 10% of my new amount, and then 10% of my new amount. So what concept is this? Yes, very good, Nicole. Well done, Pranav. Right? So if I constantly take 10% of my previous amount, right? This would be compound interest, right? Because simple interest would be, oh, I take 10% of my original and then I just take that same amount. Then I would be adding the same amount each year. But that's not the case. I'm adding the same percentage each year. Okay, so this is why this is a compound interest question. Okay, so don't beat yourself up, okay, if you did a percentage, or like actually from the feedback from the Genie Ask teachers, most of you did simple interest instead, okay, where you took 1350 minus 12,000 and then 1200 and then you divided it by 3 years. Okay, that would be simple interest. Okay, what we want is compound interest. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't get it. This is a very similar question to a question that came out last year. I think theirs was about Bengal tigers, like what do you call that? Disappearing. What do you call that? What's that word? You know, when the animal is very rare and then they keep decreasing in population. Okay, yeah, so so their question was about that, and then a lot of students couldn't identify that it was a compound interest question, because a lot of students always think, oh, if it's compound interest, it must be money related. No, okay, that is the concept of compound interest. Extinct, yes. Thank you, Pranav. Oh my god. Okay, so those of you who are familiar with me, you should know that every lesson, every math lesson, we will have at least one charades word. Yeah, where you guys will have to figure out which word I'm thinking of. Okay, so it's the way to keep the lesson fun. Okay, so so let's do, thank you Pranav. So let's do mock paper question 3. Okay, so now that we know this is a compound interest question, we know we need to apply the compound interest formula, right? A equals P times 1 plus R over 100 times T, or times N, whatever you prefer, okay? So what is N? N will be 3. N will be equal to 3, right? 2020 to 2023, that's 3 years. Next, we have 1,200. This will be our value of P. This will be our value of A. And then we have X over here. Oops. Right, which is our N, or our R. Oh my goodness. This is A and this is R. So I just put these values in. So I get 1350 equals to 1,200, 1 plus X over 100 to the power of 3. Okay, then work backwards to find your value of X. So first things first, I'm gonna divide by what? What's the first thing I move? Anyone? Very good, Ian. Well done. Okay, I divide by 1,200 on both sides. So I get 1350 over 1,200 equals to 1 plus X over 100 to the power of 3. Okay, then, wow, very good, Chongzheng. Okay, so 1350 divided by 1200, that's 9 over 8 equals to this. And next step will be to, what will be the next step? Very good. Well done, Ian. Very good, Denise. Next step is to cube root. Okay, first things first, maybe before that, I'm just going to swap the sides, okay? So I get 1 plus x over 100 cube equals to 9 over 8. Then 1 plus x over 100 equals to cube root 9 over 8. Because I know this is not a nice number, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so that I can keep the accuracy in my answer. Okay, very good, Chongzheng. And then next, I'm going to find x over 100 equals to the cube root of 9 over 8 minus 1, right? And x equals to 100 times this whole thing. Okay, then now I can type this into my calculator. Okay, otherwise, if you don't want to keep writing this exact value, what I would recommend, okay, those of you who don't have A math or are just not so familiar with certs, okay, then just use your answer button. Okay, that's what it's for. Otherwise, a lot of calculators also have a store function, okay, where you can store the accurate value. So if, let's say, you calculate cube root of 9 over 8, you get 1.0400 blah 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 blah. Okay, if you're using the Casio calculator, you just go store. Okay, you should have a store button here. It says STO, so you can store that value. Okay, so you click store, and then how do I do it? Store. Wait, why doesn't it allow me to store? Okay, so sorry. So you click store, and then you see all the letters that students like to play with, all the A, B, C, Ds and all that. So a lot of students like to make words out of those letters. Those letters actually serve a function. Okay, so after you click store, then you select any one of the values, and then you should get this. So they will show you, your calculator will show you answer is stored in A. So now A has the value of your cube root 9. Okay, so that's what you can do as well if you don't want to keep writing the certs in your workings. Okay, you can just use your calculator to help you keep that degree of accuracy. Okay, then minus 1 and then times 100. So we get, what value do we get? We get 4.00419, right? And I'm supposed to round this off because this is not accurate, right? It's a running number. So then what do I round this off to? Anyone? What do I round this off to? Very good, Ian. Very good, Chongzheng. Okay, is my answer just 4%? If I wrote this as my answer, would I get the mark? Very good, Denise. Okay, if I put 4% like that, okay, you get 0 marks. Okay, I specifically told the Genie Ask teachers, because quite a few of you did this. You just wrote 4. Okay, I told the Genie Ask teachers, no, they don't get marks. Okay, because 4 is not 4 tells me that this is an accurate answer, but it's not, right? It's a running number. It's an ugly number. It's an irrational number that keeps going on and on. Okay, so you should round this off to 3SF, and it will give you 4.00%. Okay, so if you just put 4, like I said, okay, you will not get the mark. Now, next one, question 6. Express this as a product of their prime factors. So this One is pretty simple. Okay, shouldn't have to spend too much time. So first step is pretty simple, right? You just break it down into its prime factors. So divide by 2. Divide by 2. 27, and then 3 times. Okay, next one, 504, same thing. One, 2, 6, 63, 3, 21, 3, 7, 7, 1. Okay, so 4, 3, 2 equals to 2 to the power of 4 times 3 cubed. Next one, 504 equals to 2 cubed times 3 squared times 7. Yes? Very good, and well done, Ian. Very well done. Okay, so this is part A. So just present your workings clearly and you will get the full marks. Okay, part B, HCF, LCM. So for HCF, we look at the common prime number. So common will be 2 and 3, right? They both contain prime factors 2 and prime factors 3. And between the common prime factors, we take the higher or lower power. Which one? Very good, Denise. We take the lower power. So between 4 and 3, we will take 2 power 3. Next, common prime factor 3. Between powers 3 and 2, we will take power. Very good, Ian. We take power 2. Right? Then just calculate this. So you get 8 times 9. That's 72. Next one, LCM. LCM, this time we take all the unique prime numbers. So we have primes 2, 3, and 7. And this time between the powers, we always take the, very good, Ian, we take the larger power this time. So we take power 4, power 3, and power 1. And calculate this. So 16 times 27 times 7, that will give you 3024. Clear? Very good. Well done, Ian. Very good job. Okay, and part C. So find the smallest positive integer value k such that 504k is a perfect cube. So what does perfect cube mean? What does it mean if something is a perfect cube? Anyone? I'm gonna sneeze. Hi Ian, cube number is an integer. Okay, yes, what else? Very good, Denise. A perfect cube will have powers in the multiples of 3. Yes, okay, so powers must be multiples of 3. So looking at 504, we have prime numbers 2, 3, and 7, right? Then we want the powers to be multiples of 3. So over here we have 2 power 3, 3 power 2. So what will be the next closest multiple of 3? What's the next number that's a multiple of 3? Very good, Ian. Will also be power 3. And how about this one? It's currently power 1, and again, we need a multiple of 3, so that will be 3. Right, so what did we add? Essentially, let's split 504. Okay, so this is 504k, right? So 504 is 2 cubed times 3 squared times 7. So what did we add? We added in a 3. And we added in a 7 square. So do you see this part here will be my value of k. And this over here is my value 504. Okay, so what is k equal to? K will equal to 3 times 7 squared, which is 49 times 3, okay, which is 147. Very good, Ian. Well done. Everyone clear with this? Yes, okay. Thank you, Denise. Okay, next one, mock paper question 8. The diagram shows a speed time graph of a car's journey. So over here, we want to find the acceleration after 15 seconds. So 15 seconds is right here. So we want to find the gradient, we want to find the acceleration at this point. But where is acceleration in a speed time graph? In a speed time graph, where is acceleration? Anyone? What is SP, Ian? Yes. So in a speed time graph, using a speed time graph, how do you find acceleration? That is my question. Acceleration will be the, very good, Denise, is the gradient of a speed time graph. Okay? So always remember, acceleration is the gradient in a speed time graph. So we want to find the gradient at this point. How do we find gradient of a line? Very good, Ian. Okay, to find the gradient, we take a formula, right? First, we need 2 pairs of coordinates. So I'm going to choose these 2 pairs. So I have 20, 24, and 0, 0, right? Because I don't know any of the other coordinates. I only know these 2. So I have to take these 2 pairs of coordinates. And my acceleration will be equal to 24 minus 0 over 20 minus 0, right? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you get 24 divided by 20, and that gives you 1.2. What are the units? Anyone? Do I just write 1.2 as my answer? Very good, Denise. Meters per second squared. Okay? Yes, very well done, Chen Zheng. Very good, Denise. Okay. Now, next, calculate the distance traveled during the journey. So, again, with a speed time graph, where is distance? Where is the distance in a speed time graph? Very good, Nicole. Is it L, Nicole? Do I say the whole thing? L, Nicole? Very good, Denise. Okay, distance is always the area under the graph. Okay, under the speed time graph. Okay, to be more specific. So that means this whole area, which is what shape? What shape is this? Anyone knows what shape this is called? Anyone? What shape is this? Cuboid, Ian. Is this a cuboid? Very good, Denise. It's a very good Pranav. This is a trapezium. Yes. Okay, a cuboid is a 3D diagram. Okay, a cuboid is something like that. Right? It's a 3D diagram. Okay? Yeah. Oh, you were not, you were not looking at the screen. Then you just anyhow guess. Okay. Very good, Chongzhen. So this is known as a trapezium. So what is the formula for area of trapezium? Anyone remember? Half times, very good. Okay, half times sum of parallel lines times height, right? So half times the sum of my two parallel lines will be this. So this is from 20 to 35, so this is 15, and this line, which is 35. So half times 15 plus 35 times height, which is over here, right, which is 24. Okay, and then just type this into your calculator. So half times 50 times 24, that should give you 600 meters. Okay, hi Pranav. Yes, or you can do area of triangle plus area of rectangle, right? So there are many ways you can do it, okay? Triangle, then rectangle, or you want to do trapezium straight away, one step, you get the answer, also can. Okay, up to you. Okay, maybe just for, I think it'll be good if we do it step by step as well. So if we want to do the triangle first, right? So I'll find this triangle, which is half times. Okay, so this is a separate method. This is method 1. Method 2. Okay, so half times base, which is 20, times height, which is 24. So that's 240. Then plus the rectangle, which is 20 minus, so that's 15 times 24, which will give me 360. So all together, right, so total distance will be equal to 240 plus 360, which will give me 600 meters. Okay, so either way we arrive at 600 meters, just that different steps, okay? So using the axis below, sketch the distance time graph of the journey. So let's break this down. So first things first, we know this part of, there are two different portions of the journey, right? One sloping with a positive gradient and then one horizontal. So what does this yellow portion signify in this speed time graph? What does it signify? Anyone? Okay, so it signifies that the speed is increasing. Very good, Ian. Okay, but more specifically, is it increasing exponentially? Is it what is it? Is it constant acceleration, constant speed? What is it? Is it constant what? Remember, the gradient is the same, right? The gradient is constant. So what is the gradient? Very good, Ian. Well done, Denise. Okay, so the yellow part shows constant acceleration, right? Then how about this green, the green portion? So the yellow portion is constant acceleration. The green portion will be what? Very good, Denise. Constant speed. Yes? Yeah, because the speed is always at 24, right? It's always at 24 meters per second during this time. So how do we show constant acceleration? So first things first, we need to mark out the two different sections, right? So we know all together at 35 seconds, we should be at 600 meters, right? So at 35 seconds, we should be at 600 meters. So I'm just drawing the dotted lines to show you what you need to do with your ruler. You don't actually have to draw the dotted lines. Okay, this is just for you guys to see how we come up with the diagram. And next, at 20 seconds, we need to be at 240 meters, right? So slightly below half. as well. So we should have these two sections in the graph. Okay? Then, how do we draw constant acceleration in a distance time? Constant acceleration will be an exponential curve, right? And constant speed will be a straight line graph. Okay, so I should see these three things. First things first, I need the values. Okay, this needs to be clearly at 600. This needs to be at about 240. Okay, so if you draw your line at half in between 200 and 300, you will not get the mark. Okay, next, I need to see the two different slopes. Okay, it needs to be a clear distinction between an exponential curve and a straight line graph. Okay. So next one, the next set 1 topic is in question 15, which is the construction question. So over here I prepared a video to go through it. Okay, I'll start the video now. So you should be, okay, so I know in the mock paper you were not given these two lines, okay, it should have been given to you. I'm sorry about that, okay, there was a technical error there. So for you guys to try on your own, maybe just try starting with drawing a 7 cm line. So you start by drawing a 7 cm line on with your ruler, okay, any direction, and then use your protractor to measure 65 degrees, okay. So from your 7 cm line, okay, I don't have a ruler, but okay, if this is your line AB, 7 cm, measure 65 degrees, then draw BC, okay? Then from there, practice drawing out CD and AD the proper way, okay, which is using your compass. Okay, so how do we come up with our quadrilateral? So we already have AB and BC given to us. So to draw CD, we set our compass to 3.7 cm. So that's what I'm doing, 3.7. Okay. So 3.7 cm, and then I put my needle at C. Because I don't know what point D is, right? I only know C. So C is over here, so I draw this line. So any point on this line will be 3.7 cm away from point C, correct? Then now I do the same thing for AD, okay? But this time I measure 6 cm, and I have A, so I put my needle at A, and I draw that line. Okay, so now I know that I'm looking for any point that is 3.7 cm away from C and 6 cm away from A. So this line is always 6 cm away, and this line is always 3.7 cm away. So if I want to satisfy both conditions, then I will look for what? I will look for the intersection. Right? Very good, Denise. I'll look for the cross, okay? The intersection between these two lines. And this intersection will represent my point D. Okay? So then from here, you just complete your quadrilateral. So match it to C and match it to D. And then label point D. Clear? Okay, next one. So in a quadrilateral ABCD, blah, blah, blah. So part B, we want to construct an angle bisector of ABC. So we have angle ABC over here, and we want to cut this in half. Okay, so to do that, set your compass to any length. Okay, generally I won't make it too big, just maybe just like this space. Okay, it doesn't have to be accurate, just any length. Yeah, just make sure that once you set it there, don't keep changing, okay? It needs to stay at that setting throughout, okay? So set it to that setting, and then put your needle at the angle and mark out 2 points on the line, okay? On the two lines that form your angle, okay? So put your needle here, and then mark out the lines that form your angle. So the lines that form our angle ABC is line AB and BC, right? So we mark out the points on the line, and then without changing the setting on the compass, now we put the needle on the points that we marked out, okay, and draw a semicircle somewhere between, okay, right in front of the angle. So you do that at each of the points that you marked out, and then you will get another intersection, right? Another cross. And you draw this line all the way to your angle, and this will be your your angle bisector. Okay? And for perpendicular bisector, so remember angle bisector, we want a small setting, right? For perpendicular bisector, we want a big setting. Okay, so set it to a larger setting. Anywhere, just whatever line they give you, just just estimate it to be more than half of that line. Okay, so somewhere greater than half of whatever line is given to you. So no measurement, just opening the compass up to anywhere more than half, and then draw 2 semicircles on either side of your line. Okay, and do that from the other point as well, from the start and the end of your line. Okay, then you get 2 intersection points. Match those 2 points up, and this will be your perpendicular bisector. Then of course label. Okay, so this is part B, part 1, part B, part 2. Okay, lastly, mark a point X that is equidistant. Okay, so we want equidistant from AB and BC. So equidistant means between lines AB and BC, right? So which points are in between? Right in the middle of these 2 lines. Can anyone tell me? Which line lies right in between these 2 lines? Hi Denise, the intersection. Which intersection are you referring to? We have quite a few intersections in this diagram. Okay, for this one, we will use our angle bisector. Okay, so our angle bisector, which is this line. Okay, so our angle bisector lies in between, do you see? It lies in between lines AB and BC. Okay, so any point on this line is equidistant, right, from these 2 lines. Okay, so how I always simplify it for my Sec 4 students is, okay, when you see you have lines, right, this is AB. AB is a line, BC is a line. So if they are giving you lines, then look at your angle bisector. If they give you points, B is a point, C is a point, then you use your perpendicular bisector. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so if they give you lines, then look at angle bisector. If they give you points, then look at perpendicular bisector. Okay, so for the second one, further from B than C. So our perpendicular bisector is here, but we want to be further away from B. So we want to stay away from B, right? So on which side of our line should we be on? Because this line is directly in between, right? It's the perfect middle between B and C. But we want to be further away from B. So where should we be? We should be on the right side of this line, okay? Further away from B. Yes, very good, Denise. After the green line, okay? So we don't want this portion. We only want what is after that. Okay, so looking at the yellow section and the green section, we see that we need to, this will be our meeting point, right? So anywhere on this line is an acceptable answer. Okay? Oh. Okay, so I moved. So let me just Okay, never mind. Why? Okay. Okay, so you see what I did again. Again, I'm just okay, so I'm looking for the middle between AB and BC, which is my angle bisector. Okay, so again, okay, now that I'm not moving the paper anymore. So this is my points that are equidistant from AB and BC. Okay, next I want further from B than C, so I want to be on the right side. Okay, so I want to be on the right side of this line. Okay, which is why you see I told you I marked out a few points over here because I want to show you that any point that you give me, as long as it lies within this region, okay, it is an acceptable answer. Alright? So let's take a short break before we move on to Sec 2 topics, right? So a little joke, there's a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. Only a fraction will understand. Okay, I hope you guys get this joke. I don't know, do you? Maybe you think I'm lame. Okay, never mind. Mark paper question 2. Given that y is directly proportional, so y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So from here we have our equation y equals k square root x, right? Given that y equals to 6 when x equals to 9, find the value of x when y equals to 24. So start with our equation, y equals k root x sub y equals to 6, x equals to 9, 6 equals to k root 9, k equals to, 3k equals to 6, or negative 3k equals to 6. K equals to 2 or k equals to negative 2. So I have two equations. Either y equals to 2 root x or y equals to negative 2 root x. Okay, then I want to find the value of x when y equals to 24. So I sub y equals to 24. 24 equals to 2 root x, or 24 equals to negative 2 root x. Okay. And root x equals to 12, or root x equals to negative 12. So x equals to 144. Clear? Any questions? I think this is pretty straightforward. Generally, not much problems with this question. So everyone okay? Anyone want to clarify anything? Hi Denise, you forgot to do plus minus. Yes, yeah. So a lot of students, did that as well, right? When you square root, forgot to do plus minus. But the good thing is that your answer is the same. Yeah. So in this way, it kind of mitigates, except that you probably won't get the full working marks. Okay? Next one, question 5. Okay, what topic is this? Can anyone tell me? So Anakin buys 2 geometrically similar vases of different sizes. Very good, Chong Chong. Very good, Ian. This is, yes, Denise, this is similar figures. Okay, I saw some of you did mensuration. You are doing like half times pi r squared times height. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't need any of that. I just need you to use your ratios. Okay, similar figures. Ratio of similar figures. Okay, so part A. Okay, so part A, we have two vases of similar sizes, similar shapes, different sizes, the ratio of their respective base diameters is 3:4. Okay, so we have height of small over height of large. Okay, maybe I'll just put S and L instead. Okay, is 3/4, right? And we know that the larger vase has a height of 36 cm. So height of the small over 36 is equal to 3/4. So to find the height of the smaller vase, we just take 3/4 times 36. Okay, and that will give us 27 cm. Next one, part B, the smaller vase can contain up to 13.5 kg of soil. So this time, previously here we were talking about height, right? We were comparing the height. Now over here we are looking at kg. So what quantity are we comparing? Previously we were comparing length. Now we are comparing what quantity? Anyone? Very good, Denise. We are comparing mass. So what is the ratio for our mass of the small vase over the mass of the large vase? What will be the ratio? Is it still 3/4? Is it still 3/4? What will be the ratio? Anyone? So think about this. If I have a square, okay, no, maybe I have a cube. 2 cubes. Okay, this one is 1 cm. This is 100 cm. Oh, okay, no, 10 cm. When I do my ratio of height, it will be 1:10, right? For length. The ratio will be 1/10. Now, for area, what will be the ratio? It will be 1/100. And for volume, what will be the ratio? It will be 1/1000. Correct? Because the area of this square is 1 cm square, but the area of this square is 100 cm square. Right? And for volume, it's 1 times 1 times 1. So that's still 1. But the volume of this cube is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1000. So what do we notice the pattern here? What do we notice about the pattern here? This is squared and the other one is cubed, right? Okay, you're so quiet. I hope you guys know this. Okay, remember this from the previous lessons. Okay, very important from Sec 2. Okay, so the mass of, very good, El Nicole. Okay, so the mass of the small vase over the large vase will be 3/4 cubed. Okay, very nice. So we get 27/64, and we know that the smaller vase can contain 13.5 kg, and we want to find the mass of the larger vase. So 27/64. So ml, mass of the large vase, equals to 13.5 divided, okay, by 27/64. Okay, then you calculate this, 13.5, sorry. Okay, and you get 32 kilograms. Clear? Questions, anyone? Okay, no, then we move on. Okay, factorize this completely. I think this question was pretty alright. Okay, the first thing you need to do is just rearrange. So 2xy plus 7y minus 10xz minus 35z. Then you just look for the common factors. So the first pair, the common factor will be y, so you get 2x plus 7. Between the next pair, the common factor will be 5z, which will leave you with 2x plus 7. Okay, then your next common factor will be 2x plus 7, leaving you with y minus 5z. Okay, very good, Ian. Well done. Any questions here? This one was pretty straightforward, I think. Generally, not much feedback from the Genie Ask teachers. Okay, so next one, mock paper question 10. Simultaneous equations. We have equation 1, equation 2. Since equation 1 was given to you in the form where x can be easily made the subject, I'm going to do substitution. Okay, so from equation 1, I have x equals to 2/3 y plus 46 over 3. Okay, and I'll call this equation 3, which I will sub into equation 2. Okay, so I get 4 times 2 over 3y plus 46 over 3 plus 3y equals to 9/2, which I'm changing into an improper fraction. Sorry, this is plus. Equals to 0. Then I multiply, so I get 8 over 3y plus 184 over 3 plus 3y plus 19 over 2 equals to 0. 8 over 3 plus 3, that's 17 over 3y equals to 184 over 3 plus 19 over 2, negative 425 over 6. Okay, then from here I can solve for y, which will give me 12.5. Sorry, negative 12.5. Okay, then not the end yet. I need to sub this value of y into equation 3 to solve for x. 2/3 y plus 46 over 3. Okay, so 2/3 times negative 12.5 plus 46 over 3. And that will give me x equals to 7. So I get my answer, x equals to 7. Y equals to negative 12.5. Okay. Hi Pranav, elimination can? Yes, of course. Okay, so if you rather do elimination, you can also do that, right? You can make either the coefficients of x or the coefficients of y to be the same. Then you add or subtract the equations together to eliminate either one variable and solve. Okay, so you will still arrive at the same answer. Just use whatever method is more familiar to you. Okay. Next one, question 13. Express this as a single fraction in its simplest form. So I believe this one was also okay. Yeah, just that maybe some careless mistakes here and there. So I won't spend too much time going through this one either, unless you guys voice out any questions. Okay, so first step for this one will be to look at the denominators. So between the two denominators, we notice that the second one has a common factor of 2, right? So we can extract 2 to get 2 minus x. Then from here, this is where we have that common trick that I always want you guys to take note of. Okay, where we have x minus 2 and 2 minus x. So to make this become x minus 2, we convert, right? 2 minus x is the same as negative x minus 2. Okay, so we put in that negative sign and this. So we add an additional negative sign, so this will become a plus. Okay, so we get 8x minus 2 plus 5 over 2 bracket x minus 2. Okay, then from here, it's more about making them the same denominator. So I get 16 over 2 bracket x minus 2 plus 5 over 2 bracket x minus 2 and add and simplify. Okay, so you can leave it in this factorized form or you can leave it as this as well. Okay, either way is accepted, although I would recommend this version instead, simply because it's easier for you to identify if there's anything you can cancel out, okay, between the numerator and the denominator. So, question 14, given that y equals to root a minus x, a plus x, express x in terms of what a and b. Okay, so this one, I think, had a little bit more problems. Okay, so a lot of you could do the first step. Okay, from here, you told me, you identified, okay, that you want x. And x is in the top and the bottom. So the first thing you need to do is to get rid of that square root. Right, so when you get rid of that square root, you get y squared equals a minus x, a plus x. Then, a lot of you could also do the next step where you said, oh, okay, so I remember teacher Kim said always get rid of the fraction, so I'm going to get rid of that fraction. So you did y squared bracket a plus x equals to a minus x. Then from here, a lot of you got stuck, okay? Because you were like, now I have x on both sides. So then what do I do? Okay, remember you need to open up and have individual terms first. So you see x is currently stuck with a and it's stuck with y squared. So it's a little bit too complicated. Okay, at any point your subject should only be stuck with one other term. So expand this up first. Okay, so you should get ay squared plus xy squared equals a minus x. Then now you see, oh, okay, so now I have x here and I have x over here. Then it's individual terms that you can now move around, right? It's not so complicated where you have to multiply and divide, okay, so that you can move them around. And you can move all of them to one side, usually the left-hand side. So we have x plus xy squared equals a minus ay squared. Okay, then you wanna extract your subject x. So you extract that, you get x bracket 1 plus y squared equals a bracket 1 minus y squared. And then from here, you can solve for x. Okay, with a 1 minus y squared over 1 plus y squared. Can? Questions, anyone? Yes, no? Okay. No, then again, another breather before we move on to Sec 3 topics. Okay, so shout out to the people who don't know what the opposite of in is. Do you guys get it? Shout out. Hi Regine, I thought I'm not able to split the x from the a. The x from the a, this one? A minus x. Yeah, why can't you? Okay, because it's plus and minus, so you can always split them up, right? If it's plus and minus, it's always the easiest to move around because it's just balancing your equations. You know, it's like when you have 3x minus 2y equals x plus 7y. Right? This is always the easiest to move around because it's just balancing your equations. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so okay, so next one, question 4. Okay, so now set 3 topics, right? This is obviously standard form. So the storage capacity of a mobile phone is 128 gigabytes. Okay, and each photograph is 640 kilobytes. So how many digital photographs can we store on this mobile phone? We take 128 gigabytes, which is giga is 10 to the power of 9, and divide it by 640 kilobytes, which is 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so ideally I would want you guys to use standard form for this question instead of just typing this out into your calculator. So you take 1.28 times 10 to the power of 11 divide by 6.4 times 10 to the power of 5. Okay, then from here you take 1.28 divide by 6.4 times 10 to the power of 11 divide by 10 to the power of 5. So this is your indices. So 1.28 divide by 6.4, that's 0.2 times 10. This one shouldn't use calculator. Okay, you should get 10 to the power of 6. And then you want 2 times 10 to the power of 5, which will give you 200,000. Okay? Very good, Chongzheng. So I know a lot of you just typed into the calculator. It was very, very obvious. Okay, because there were no workings. It was just one answer. Okay, so please try and show off. I mean, you guys study indices. You put in so much time and effort to memorize your indices laws, your standard form. Okay, so show off your knowledge. Okay, next one, question 7. Yeah, you take so much time to study it and then you don't use. Okay, so next one, question 7. In the diagram, OAB is a sector of a circle, center O. Right, so triangle OAP is, oops, I didn't know I was on the pen function. So OAP is congruent, to ORQ. So OP is 8 cm, so RQ will also be 8 cm. Okay, then we have 90 degrees, and area triangle ORQ is 96 cm. So find the length of PQ. So to find the length of PQ, we can use the area of the triangle, right? ORQ equals to 96. So half times OQ times 8 equals to 96. OQ equals to 96 divided by 4, which is 24. And to find PQ, we take 24 minus 8, which will be 16 cm. Okay, clear? Any questions for this part? Next one, show that angle OPS and ORQ are similar. So I see a lot of you didn't want to do this question. Why? Why? So we want to show that these two triangles are similar, OPS and OQR. So first things first, what do you guys notice? First things first, you see that we have common angle, right? We have common angle OPS and POS and QOR, So POS equals QOR. Again, if you give SOP, then you need to rearrange your letters to show the corresponding sides, right? And of course, put your reason as well. This will be common angle. Next, okay, so side note, Cambridge has specified that they want every time you have to write a reasoning, no short forms are allowed. Okay, so if it's an English statement, if it's an explanation, then you have to write out the full word. Okay, no more symbols. Okay, next one, we have the two 90-degree angles, right? So we also have angle OPS equal to angle OQR equals 90 degrees because triangle, what is this? AOP congruent to triangle ORQ, and angle APO equals 90 degrees given. Okay, so now that we have angle, okay, we can use what? What is that test? So since, okay, I know some schools require you to write out the full English statement. I mean, some schools have specified, okay, what they want you to write out, but generally, okay, since, oh, sorry, not since. Why do I keep writing since? By a similarity test, comma, triangle OPS is similar to triangle OQR. Okay? Okay, and last one, part C, find the area of triangle OAS. So first things first, I need to find the area of triangle OPS. Right? So I know that PQ is 16 cm. So I can find the area of triangle OPS. So part C I'll do in black. So triangle OPS over OQR is equal to 8 over 24 squared. Right, so simplify 8 over 24, that's 1/3, so 1 over 27. 1 over 9. Okay, then I know that triangle OQR is 96, so OPS equals to 1 over 9 times 96 cm square, which will be 10 2/3 cm square. So to find triangle OAS, I take 96 minus 10 2/3, and that will give me 85 1/3 cm square. Clear? Anyone has any questions? Hi Denise, Sec 1 to 4. Sec 1 to 4? Why not Sec 1 to 3? Okay, I believe, okay, so now is mid-year already, right? So prelims will be coming up next. So do take this time, okay? I also said this on Thursday. So those of you who were not in my Thursday class, so prelim paper, so I know maybe you find that this paper was pretty manageable, or if it's not, okay, then please make sure to use this time to really fill up those gaps, okay, which is why I was providing feedback during the first part of the lesson on Thursday also, because I feel like it's really very important for you guys to bridge those gaps before you get to prelims, because prelims, I can guarantee you, are not gonna be easy, okay? So definitely bridge that gap as much as you can. Really take advantage of the school holidays coming up, okay? Still remember to have fun, but just give yourself maybe half an hour a day or 15 minutes a day. If you're already scoring A1, then 15 minutes a day is fine. You know, if you are depending on how big your gap is, okay? It's really specific to you. So really try to bridge that gap before you reach prelims, because trust me, once prelims come, it is a rush. Okay, it's gonna be like prelims and then going through the papers, and then you have so many papers, you have so many subjects, right? Most of you have 7 subjects, 8 subjects. It's gonna be crazy, okay? And then you're gonna be balancing all this. There's no way you can bridge your gap during that time. So use this time now, okay, while everything is still sort of calm, and yeah, okay. Yeah, so definitely take some time to do that. If you want, I'm also on Genie Ask, okay? You guys can message me, you can show me your workings, things like that. I'll be happy to look at your work and then give you some feedback from there, okay? So, next one, question 11. Okay, a straight line passes through points A and B. Find the distance AB. So this one also pretty simple. I think no one really struggled with this. This one was simple plug-in formula, apply, solve. Right? So distance of AB will be your Pythagoras theorem formula. So 6 minus 0 squared plus 3 minus negative 1 squared. So we get 6 square, which is 36, plus 4 square, which is 16. So square root 452, square root 52, you get 7.21110, and round this off to 3SF. So 7.21 units. Okay, some of you put cm, no marks given. Okay, some of you left your answer insert square root 52, also no marks awarded. Okay, for E-math, you must always give your answer as a value. Okay, if it's not specific, then you round off to 3SF. In A-math, I know that you are allowed to leave your answer inserts, right? Okay, but not for E-math. Okay, next one, part B, find the gradient of the line. Also pretty straightforward. Just plug in your formula and go. Gradient y2 minus y1. So 3 minus negative 1 over 6 minus 0. So 4 over 6, which gives us 2/3. Okay. Part C, state the equation of the line. So you should have identified that this is your y-intercept. So you should have y equals 2/3 x plus c. If you want, you can also do this. So sub x equals to 0, y equals to negative 1, c equals to negative 1. So y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Okay, and last part, given that the line passes through the point 2, k, find the value of k. So given the equation of your line, right, from part C, just sub in x equals to 2, y equal to k. So you should have k equals 2/3 times 2 minus 1. K equals to 4 over 3 minus 1, which gives you k equals to 1/3. And last one, mock paper question 12, right? So this one utilizes your functions and graphs. So you need to be able to immediately identify, because no clues are given. Okay, so you definitely need to identify the shape of this graph. So this, okay, you guys should know it's an x square graph. So workings will look like this. So x square equals to x n minus 1. Okay, actually I'll put the other way. N minus 1 equals to x squared. So n minus 1 equals to 2 and n equals to 3. Okay, next one. This is your y equals to x line, right? Okay, y equals x plus c. Okay, so this is x power 1. So in this case, x power n minus 1 equals to x power 1, n minus 1 equals to 1, n equals to 2. Okay, because the question says state, so in this case you are also, even if you don't show any workings, you will still get the full mark. Okay, next one, x n minus 1 equals to x power negative 1. Okay, because this is the shape of your graph. X power minus 1. So n minus 1 equals to negative 1, n equals to 0. Clear? Okay, so that is it for today. Okay, the questions covered from Sec 1 through Sec 3 in the mock paper part 3. I hope this was clear. If you guys do have any questions, I will stay here for 5 more minutes. Otherwise, the rest of you take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Okay, bye. Actually, not again, because I won't be here next Saturday. Someone else will. Yeah. Okay, take care. Bye.